many fans don't know a lot of fighters before they do amazing things. So I don't look at that and be like, okay, he's not that good. I actually go watch film, and he's a good fighter, got good footwork.
The Shakur Stevenson versus Isaac Cruz fight has reportedly been announced, sending shockwaves in the boxing realm. Moreover, boxing enthusiasts are eagerly anticipating the showdown featuring Shakur and Artem Harutyunyan, which will happen before the alleged Cruz fight. However, coach Teddy Atlas has thrown cold water on Harutyunyan's prospects, suggesting that his skills may not measure up to Stevenson's standards. Atlas confidently stated that the German boxer poses little threat to Stevenson's championship reign, dampening the hype surrounding their upcoming bout. He said, Harutyunyan doesn't have glaring faults in his game, but he's not at the talent level technically or physically gifted with the ability of Shakur Stevenson. He's not there to be a threat to Shakur Stevenson. It's important to highlight that Stevenson's WBC lightweight title is at stake in the upcoming match. Such bouts typically thrill fans, as both competitors strive to exceed their limits in the ring. Atlas praised Harutyunyan's punching combinations and defensive strategies. However, the 67-year-old boxing coach noted that the original likely won't pose much of a challenge for Killer Kerr in the ring. Only time will tell if Atlas's prediction comes true. Moreover, some reports allege that Shakur Stevenson won't be facing Gervonta Davis in the near future. The Newark native remains focused on his immediate challenge against Artem Harutyunyan. Harutyunyan recently endured a grueling 12-round battle against Frank Martin in July of the previous year. During the final championship round, the German lightweight even took a knee. Despite this, Stevenson emphasized that Harutyunyan should not be underestimated while speaking with Kevin Iole, the esteemed recipient of the Nat Fleischer Award for Career Excellence in Boxing Journalism. During a conversation with the rapidly ascending lightweight, Iole touched upon Stevenson's approaching free agency after his next bout. He mentioned the keen interest from various promoters eager to sign him and asked if this heightened attention adds any extra pressure. In response, Stevenson explained, "I'm taking everything one step at a time. I mean, pressure either busts pipes or makes diamonds." He emphasized that promoters wouldn't be praising him if he didn't deliver results, saying, "My main focus is July 6th. Later in the interview, Iole pointed out Harutyunyan's narrow defeat to Martin last year, suggesting it might make him more formidable. Stevenson agreed, stating, "Yeah, I think he's much more dangerous." He also noted that the fight with Martin was very tight and could have gone either way. According to Stevenson, Harutyunyan might have won the match if he hadn't taken a knee due to fatigue in the final round. Despite Stevenson being the favorite, boasting an undefeated record and more bouts, the Newark native acknowledges Harutyunyan's skill and danger in the ring. Additionally, Stevenson has shared his disappointment about missing out on two significant fights that could have significantly boosted his career. Following Davis's standout performance against Martin last month, discussions are swiftly advancing regarding a potential bout with Ukraine's Vasyl Lomachenko. When questioned by Boxing Scene about his perspective on missing opportunities to face the top two fighters in his division, Stevenson bluntly remarked, "Honestly, I'm not bothered. It is what it is." Claiming he is fighting for himself and not for money or clout, Stevenson added, "I don't give a fuck about that shit. I know that my time will come." Stevenson exuded confidence, asserting that Davis would inevitably confront him in the ring, presenting his chance to seize greatness. Stevenson said, "I think me and Lomachenko should be next and unify. I think that's a Lomachenko question, though. His team has to accept the fight." Shakur Stevenson's upcoming bout against Artem Harutyunyan may not be his most anticipated match, yet Stevenson remains intensely focused on it, refusing to underestimate the German boxer. Moreover, Shakur anticipates that Artem Harutyunyan will swiftly evade him once he starts delivering punishing blows in their upcoming headliner bout. Stevenson, the reigning WBC lightweight champion, foresees Harutyunyan evading him, an instance of projecting his own in-ring tactics onto his opponent, a move aimed at avoiding the harsh reality of their impending confrontation. To secure a lucrative multi-million-dollar contract with a new promoter, Stevenson must abandon his usual hit-and-run tactics and engage in a gritty battle against Harutyunyan in the ring's spotlight. Major promoters avoid signing liabilities, and top fighters hesitate to challenge such opponents. Top Rank likely believed that signing Shakur stemmed from interpreting his 2016 Olympic finals loss to Robeisy Ramirez as a mere fluke, anticipating his transformation into a captivating professional fighter. Shakur's fighting approach remains unchanged since his days as an amateur, and Top Rank's trial with him concludes this Saturday without any alterations to his style. Shakur mentioned that the outcome would depend on how tough Artem Harutyunyan is and how much punishment he can endure. He noted that he expected Harutyunyan to start running, at which point he would need to cut the ring. Shakur can't evade criticism of his hit and not get hit fighting style by shifting blame onto Harutyunyan. It won't solve his problems. Harutyunyan isn't one to run, especially not against a lackluster puncher like Shakur this Saturday.
It depends on how tough he is, how much punishment he can take. I know he's gonna start running and then I gotta cut the ring. Round 6, 7, We ain't gonna start moving all around. I cut the ring off a little bit.
To secure that lucrative new Mega Million contract from any of the promotional giants, Shakur must be willing to battle fiercely, risking potential knockouts. Harutunian might not pack a punch, but that detail is irrelevant. Shakur wouldn't rely on evasion tactics if he could take a punch well. Shakur said about Harutunian, "This dude is a good fighter. I think a lot of the public don't know him, so they think how good he is. Right now, I think the mode that I'm in and what I've got going on in my brain, I want to come in and put punishment on him." Shakur still has a shot at catching the eye of a promoter for that big deal he's chasing, but he needs to take a risk. The catch is, I doubt Shakur can alter his fighting style. It's so ingrained that he'll instinctively pull back and retreat if Harutunian even tries to strike. If a new promotional company decides to sign Shakur, they must understand that he won't alter his fighting style. As long as they grasp that Shakur's current form represents his peak, they'll manage well without expecting him to rise as a major star. Shakur said, "It may start out as a boxing match, and then I may start beating the shit out of him. Understand, we're going to get the job done by any means. In round 6 or 7, he's going to start moving all around. I've got to cut the ring off a little bit." Once Shakur Stevenson navigates past Artem Harutunian this Saturday as the heavy favorite, it sets the stage for a potential blockbuster showdown between Stevenson and the undefeated powerhouse Gervonta "Tank" Davis. In a potential showdown, the formidable Baltimore-born Gervonta Davis facing off against Newark's own Shakur Stevenson promises to be an electrifying spectacle. Both young, undefeated southpaws wouldn't merely vie for lightweight supremacy, they could potentially seize the mantle as the next icon of American boxing post-Terrence Crawford's retirement. Davis represents the toughest challenge yet for Stevenson, and vice versa. Each asserts their opponent's resume lacks a significant victory.
You know how it would go. Everybody in this room would know how it would go. You know what I mean? But I guess it'd be good for the sport if we fight now or later.
The impending clash of Stevenson and Davis promises excitement. Stevenson, renowned for his defensive prowess and aversion to conceding rounds, boasts an impressive plus 20.4 plus-minus rating per CompuBox, a metric emphasizing his skill in landing punches while evading them. Davis, leveraging his compact stature to present a challenging target, adeptly maneuvers to unleash devastating power punches, underscored by his remarkable 93% knockout rate. In a career punctuated by 30 victories, each sealed with a knockout, Gervonta Davis stands as a formidable force in professional boxing. Renowned for his ticket-selling prowess and ability to generate viral highlights, Davis has left a trail of defeated challengers in his wake, cementing his status as boxing's most thrilling draw. His knockout ability, astonishing for someone of his stature, evokes comparisons to a 5'5", 135-pound Mike Tyson. Yet, beyond the ring's ropes, Davis finds himself entangled in controversies that mirror the legendary boxer's tumultuous career. After triumphing over Frank Martin, Gervonta Davis eyes two formidable opponents who could significantly impact his career trajectory: Vasyl Lomachenko and Shakur Stevenson. Davis, drawing wisdom from his mentor-turned-rival Floyd Mayweather Jr., understands the pivotal role of matchmaking in boxing. Lomachenko, at 36 years old, remains sharp and formidable, albeit undersized for the lightweight class. Traditionally, Davis might lean towards challenging the older, naturally smaller Lomachenko, according to common boxing wisdom. Yet, the burning question among boxing enthusiasts remains: could Gervonta Davis be willing to take the gamble of facing a young contender like 26-year-old Shakur Stevenson? Davis has suggested that his recent time in jail has contributed to personal growth. Fans are eager to see if this growth extends to his choice of opponents in the ring.
That's why he fighting him. He's picking and choosing. That's what he do. Tank take the least risk. If Tank was really a risky or this person he claimed to be, he would have fought Edwin De Los Santos. Why not fight the nigga that actually fought me instead of the nigga that pulled out from fighting me?
Imagine the Davis-Stevenson showdown, a clash of titans worthy of Las Vegas, given the skill and stakes involved. Yet, considering their roots just 180 miles apart in Maryland and New Jersey respectively, why not stage this epic bout in a bustling East Coast hub like Philadelphia or New York City? Even Atlantic City stands as a compelling neutral ground. While Tank currently commands the spotlight, Stevenson's upcoming match at Newark's Prudential Center this Saturday against a lesser-known opponent could be his chance to prove he's not just a fighter, but a ticket-selling force in his own right. In today's era of online streaming, where boxing and MMA events span continents from Abu Dhabi to Tokyo, London to Las Vegas, the geographical setting of a fight card holds diminishing significance. The focus should be on mega events like Stevenson-Davis, ensuring they contribute to the current and future vitality of boxing. Devoted fans of both fighters should have the opportunity to show overwhelming support. The clash of titans, such as Davis versus Stevenson, demands an electrifying aura that resonates from screens to sports bars and homes alike. alike. Imagine an arena evenly divided between fervent Tank and Shakur supporters, creating an atmosphere pulsating with anticipation. Not everyone can make it to Las Vegas for such monumental bouts, but true fight enthusiasts will flock to witness greatness, regardless of location. This spectacle underscores the need to cultivate a robust fan base to secure boxing's future. Davis recently commented that in a potential bout with Shakur Stevenson might opt for a defensive, less engaging approach. Stevenson countered, quipping, "Gervonta Davis is a good fighter, but he's a casual. He's gonna say what casuals say." Leaving aside the humor of one boxer labeling another as casual, Stevenson might boost his standing with a standout performance over a holiday weekend, televised on ESPN in the US, potentially paving the way for a showdown with Tank Davis. If Stevenson truly desires it, he could make the fight happen. Stevenson's upcoming bout against Haratunian marks the end of his promotional agreement with Bob Arum and Top Rank. With aspirations of boxing superstardom, Stevenson emphasizes the importance of leveraging his contractual freedom wisely. Opting for fight-by-fight promotional agreements could liberate him from the complexities associated with long-term commitments to a single company. The interpromotional politics often hinder rather than enhance boxing, a sport where fighters, not promoters, should rightfully be the primary focus and asset. Stevenson might square off against Davis under Al Heyman's guidance, paving the way for a clash with Vasyl Lomachenko, aligned with Top Rank. Yet navigating boxing's complex terrain proves more daunting in practice than in theory. Nonetheless, Stevenson's skill and determination hint at his potential to defy conventions. Just as free agency once seemed implausible in team sports until it materialized, and salary caps became the norm, Stevenson aims to reshape boxing's landscape. If Artem Haratunian manages to stun Shakur Stevenson this Saturday, this piece will have missed the mark. However, Stevenson is widely regarded as a boxing prodigy, possessing both the pedigree and skill to potentially lead American boxing into the future. Another strong contender for this mantle is Gervonta Davis. Perhaps a showdown between them in the ring could determine who truly deserves to claim the throne.
That's like, that don't even add up. It don't even make sense, bro. If you really like that, you see that this is a big 135-pounder. He got boxing skills and power. Will get credit for beating him. Why not fight him? Come on, bro. This a game where is playing like the least risk for the most money, and I respect it. They got it from the best of them. I get it, but truthfully, you can't talk to me and say anything bad about me or nothing about me if you're not gonna get in that fire.
In the boxing community, voices are rising against Bob Arum of Top Rank, criticizing the lack of top-tier matchups for his fighters. Among them, Shakur Stevenson stands out. Meanwhile, WBO super lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez secured a decisive win over Steve Claggett on June 29th, stirring up the scene even further. After clinching victory, the boxer voiced apprehensions about his promoter, Bob Arum, sparking speculation among boxing enthusiasts about tensions brewing within the Top Rank stable. Adding to the intrigue, the Brooklyn-born fighter expressed eagerness to face Isaac Cruz in his upcoming bout. The takeover dominated the lightweight division until he suffered a surprising defeat to George Kambosos Jr. in 2021. Moving up to 140 pounds marked a fresh beginning for the boxer, where he has since enjoyed a flawless 5-fight winning streak. However, his latest victory merely padded his record without posing a significant challenge. Despite Claggett's 47 bouts, his recent full 12-round fight was a first. Was Bob Arum responsible for Lopez not facing a more prominent opponent? It's premature to make such a claim at this point. After his win over Claggett, Lopez stated, "You know, Bob Arum said I did well. He don't look too happy. F it, I don't care. Like, I'm your only last star available at Top Rank. You just gotta deal with it." Lopez perceives himself as Arum's sole remaining star, bearing the weight of the boxer's every word and action, especially as other fighters are departing Top Rank. The 26-year-old phenom swiftly ascended to stardom, showcasing remarkable boxing skills by triumphing over formidable opponents such as Vasyl Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, presenting a compelling argument for facing a formidable opponent. The orthodox fighter has often claimed that his peers shy away from challenging him. While discussions swirl about Lopez's potential return later this year, anticipation builds for what could be an enthralling matchup if his challenge comes to fruition. The takeover has always embraced formidable challenges in the ring. Known for his fearless approach, the boxer openly expressed his eagerness to confront WBA super lightweight champion Isaac Cruz in his next bout. Following his recent victory, Teofimo Lopez addressed the press, responding to inquiries about a potential potential showdown with Pitbull Cruz. He replied, "Yeah, absolutely. He has a huge fan base and a huge following with the Mexican fans. I think of it as like a great opportunity, a great fight, and I'm sure he's not afraid of that." Lopez has entertained the prospect of squaring off against Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia in the boxing ring. Yet, these potential matchups failed to materialize. Nevertheless, a showdown with Pitbulls presents another enticing possibility that fans would eagerly anticipate. Given Lopez's recent opponents, however, the likelihood remains uncertain, leaving fans to speculate on whether it will actually happen. Major boxing showdowns captivate purists and viewers alike, yet they often come with a bittersweet outcome for the fighters involved. Inevitably, one must face defeat. Isaac Cruz faced a pivotal moment in his career when he stepped into the ring against someone as formidable as Gervonta Davis. It proved to be a turning point, disrupting his momentum. At a rapid pace, Pitbull surged through the lightweight ranks, securing a lucrative payday before ultimately succumbing to Tank in a unanimous decision. At just 23 years old then, Cruz faced the imperative of bouncing back to reclaim his reputation and harness his youthful potential to the fullest. In just 2 KO triumphs and a decisive split decision, he earned a shot at the world title against Rolly Romero, who had previously fallen to Davis right after facing Cruz. Saturday night witnessed Cruz's dominant display, pulverizing Romero in the 8th round to clinch the title in spectacular fashion. Sean Gibbons, the head of MP Promotions and manager of Cruz, made a daring declaration about his boxer following the contest. He said, "There's Canelo and there's Pitbull. You heard about this place. He can main event on his own. We know he can headline himself." That's what he did tonight, with 14,726 in the building. I would say a star was born. He is a Mexican Mike Tyson. Naturally, a promoter will always amplify his boxer's achievements, particularly following a knockout victory. Cruz undeniably possesses immense talent, a trait he has frequently demonstrated from a remarkably young age. In Mexico, he enjoys widespread adoration, ensuring substantial attendance at his shows across the Southwest. Cruz finds himself in competition with Juan Francisco Estrada, Jaime Munguia, Emmanuel Navarrete, and others, vying for the second spot behind Canelo Alvarez. Trainer Robert Garcia reflects on the recent showdown, where Isaac Pitbull Cruz clinched a decisive victory over Rolando "Rolly" Romero. Garcia delves into Cruz's potential matchups against other 140-pound champions, asserting that Pitbull poses a formidable challenge, regardless of their opponent's prowess. Garcia said, "No disrespect to the main event because Fundora, great person, and 2 great fighters, but Cruz versus Rolly was probably the main event. Should have been the main event. I think the whole crowd was there for that fight. The fans, from what I understand. I wasn't there, but everybody was cheering for Pitbull. I think he stole the night. Pitbull, it's going to be hard to get beat." Garcia added that while he wasn't saying Cruz would defeat everyone, he believed Cruz would give trouble to everyone. He explained that Cruz's style was such that it would challenge any fighter, whether they were the most talented, the hardest puncher, or the best boxer. Pitbull would always be a difficult opponent. He further added, "I think at 140 right now, Pitbull, even to Devin Haney, I don't think Devin Haney will have an easy fight against Pitbull, but I think he could control with his jab, with his good boxing skills, his reach, and pull off maybe a decision. I don't think he could hurt or knock out Pitbull, but I think he could pull out a decision." Moreover, Garcia expressed that he viewed the matches with the rest of the fighters as 50-50th fights. He acknowledged Matthias's tremendous power, but noted that Pitbull has a tremendous chin, can take a good punch, and is very aggressive, throwing punches from various angles. This, according to Garcia, makes those fights evenly matched. Even against Teofimo, whom Garcia admires for his great skills, he believed that a fight between Pitbull and Teofimo would be a great match, possibly the one he would most want to see above any other. He mentioned, "I see both ending up in the hospital, man. Both. It's a scary fight. If I'm not mistaken, Ray Martinez fought both fighters ended up in the hospital because they just took a beating and they had to get checked out. But yeah, I think it's one of the fights where both, because Matias, very dangerous guy, man. That power that he's got, even if you beat him, you're still going to end up in the hospital because that's how dangerous that guy is." Garcia then remarked that Pitbull is dangerous because he relentlessly keeps coming. While he may not possess the same power as Matias, he continually advances, wearing down his opponent round by round until they are out. He acknowledged that Pitbull doesn't have one punch power, but emphasized that he keeps landing punches and gradually breaking down his opponent. He concluded, "Honestly, I probably try to stay away from those types of fights, but it is a business. Sometimes those fights are the biggest payday for you, and I can't stop my fighters from getting the biggest paydays out there, or else I'm not doing my job also. But I would have to focus on coming up with a good game plan. The bottom line, it just won't be easy. Those guys are very difficult. Anybody at 135 or 140 will have trouble against Pitbull, even including my fighters."
Shakur Stevenson called him a duck. He claims he sent you a contract to fight him with the WBC order to the fight. What's your response to that?
Shakur Stevenson dijo que te mandó un contrato para pelear y que lo estás eludiendo y que sos como un maleante, que digamos. ¿Qué le responder?
No tengo nada que responder. Yo el próximo sábado voy a mandar a la división un claro mensaje.
I have nothing to say because the message I'm going to send is this Saturday night and it's going to be for the entire division.
The prospect of Pitbull Cruz securing a bout with Gervonta remains uncertain, awaiting the whims of time. Even in the absence of any chance for Isaac to rematch Tank, he would probably decline facing Shakur due to the considerable risk of defeat. Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.